Dear Musicianship 3 students, on behalf of the teaching team of Jones, Newman, and Zhu, your Musicianship 3 instructors for this semester, we welcome you to this singing midterm tutorial. This year, we're going to go a little bit easier on the class because we're not meeting live to rehearse together as much, and so you're left kind of to your own devices. So rather than assign two big songs, I'm just going to assign one. So we're going to be singing for the midterm an entire art song, a beautiful French art song by Gabriel Faure. He straddles the 19th into the 20th century, and his musical vocabulary is very rich with chromatic harmony, which is very appropriate because that's what we're studying right now in Theory 3. So the name of this piece is called Au bord de l'eau, and as you can imagine, it's a very artistic, beautiful love song. The recordings that you will hear will be sung in French. You will be singing in solfege. And this is an English translation so that you know approximately what you're singing about, but it's a beautiful love song. So the goals for the midterm singing assignment are here. So this midterm singing assignment is different than the small snippets of things that we've had you do so far this semester. This, because it's an entire song, it provides you with an opportunity to sing a complete art song with accompaniment, rather than just take an excerpt, sing it a cappella, and it's taken out of context from the rest of it. This time we provide you with pre-made accompaniments in 3 different keys that you can sing in. The accompaniment to this piece features very colorful and chromatic harmony, which makes it much more interesting and appropriate for this semester, as I've already mentioned, since you're studying chromatic harmony in theory. But it's also more fun because you feel like you've really accomplished something. You're going to be learning an entire piece. The range is mostly, I put in parentheses, quite singable. It goes a little high in one spot, but other than that, the range is very good. It's in a moderate singing range. I already mentioned that you will have a choice of 3 different keys for accompaniment: B minor, C minor, or C sharp minor. So you can choose the key that suits your range the best. And finally, because this is one of the most famous of all the French songs, you are learning a substantial piece of repertoire, and it's just quite rewarding to invest your time into learning a quality product. So here are the parameters of this assignment. So, as I mentioned before, you will need to sing the solfege syllables and not the text, and not a neutral syllable either. So we provide you with a score that already has the correct solfege syllable abbreviations written into it for your convenience, so you don't have to make that. So here's how you'll be graded on this assignment for your midterm. Good intonation is number 1. Now, we've been focusing on that in the other assignments so far in this semester, and I've noticed in my 2 sections of the course that I can see some general improvement in the attention and care that many of you are giving to really trying to sing in tune. And I can see a lot of improvement so far with this. So that is our number 1 goal as we continue through the semester, is really hone on singing in pitch. It's the way you're going to be communicating with your peers and your students for the rest of your life, and you have to communicate musically in pitch. It's very important. Next up on the list is musicality and musical fluency. So we don't want a lot of stopping and starting. It means you'll have to rehearse this piece a lot. You're going to have to invest some time in it, and it means it will flow, and and you'll be observing the harmony pushing and pulling and the phrasing and all these kinds of things. So that's a beautiful performance. Of course, we want you to do correct rhythms, and of course, we want you to do correct solfege syllables. But you'll notice that the solfege has now moved to the number 4 position in importance, because we realize that sometimes you just get tongue-tied. These things happen, and if all the other parameters are in place and you just happen to get a little bit tongue-tied, just kind of sing through it and then get back on when you can. And so I've moved that down to the last place in the hierarchy of importance. And you will not be judged by the quality of your voice, so don't worry about that. I've very much enjoyed grading all of the singing assignments so far this semester, no matter if you're opera stars or not. So don't worry about that part. That part is not part of the grading. So I recommend step number 1, that you listen to a recording of this piece while following along on the score. Now, we're going to do it once together, but you might have to listen to this piece like every day when you're driving in the car, when you're blow drying your hair when you get out of the shower, while you're making dinner. You're going to have to get it in your ear. That'll make your life a lot easier. And I also want you to notice, I've done some abbreviations up here. let's say that the major scale solfege is our fallback position. So do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, and ti are just abbreviated with single letters just for convenience. And if there's something, we're in a minor mode here, so that's why I've written out the mays and the tays and the lays and the fees and anything that's not do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. And once in a while, I'll actually write out do or something if it's been in a chromatic passage. But that's what these abbreviations mean. So, me, re, do, te, le, sol, fi, so, te, fa, etc. Okay? So let's take a listen to this together. Top of the page. The hardest part right here. It's tricky to solfege that. So, these are the links for you to choose a key that fits best for you. Now, I made this one in C minor a few years ago, and it seems to be the key of choice for like 99% of people. But if you want something slightly lower, this karaoke track is actually pretty good. And so is this one. The guy calls himself Free Pianist, and it's also a real person playing it instead of a machine, and it's pretty good too. So you can go ahead and pick the key that you prefer to sing to, okay? And then just practice with that one. Now, this is that part on the last page that I said is kind of tricky. Let's just try saying these syllables together. It's a little bit hard. It goes, le, te, do, ra, me, fa. Say, le, te, do, ra, me. Wow, let's do it again. Ready, set, go. Le, te, do, ra, me, fa. Say, le, te, do, ra, me. And there you go. Le, te, do, ra, me, fe. Say, le, te, do, ra, me. I couldn't go down that low, so I just continued the line up. So you're going to need to practice that because the solfege syllables are so odd. Otherwise, the rest of the piece is okay. Good luck. Be sure to contact your instructor if you have any further questions. The score and this PowerPoint will be posted on your page for you to refer to at any time. Thanks, good luck, have fun, and we look forward to grading your midterms.